My name is Robert Orenstein, and I first came here about 4 years ago. I suffered a stress fracture in my left foot playing soccer outdoors, and had a boot on for, I don't know, about 6-8 weeks, I think. And instead of going for conventional physical therapy, I was in a group of professional people that Ben Fergus was in, and I asked him if he could do the rehab, and he said yes. So I came in and he did the rehab on the foot, but he also noticed some lingering issues with previous sports injuries, a torn meniscus, which is the right knee, and a torn rotator cuff, which is the right shoulder, both of which were from tennis. Those have been rehabbed through conventional physical therapy, but he noticed there were some issues. So he developed a program not just to do the foot, but to take care of these other lingering issues. And what I found great about this whole process is that in conventional physical therapy, you need a prescription for just one body part. And Dr. Fergus was able to really deal with all of those issues through a number of sessions, and he resolved them. No, actually not. A lot of times the word chiropractor conjures up somebody's going to crack your spine and that's it. And I actually visited those people in the past, but it became pretty clear that Dr. Fergus goes beyond that whole conversation about what's wrong with your spine as the source of your issues. I know that, as I mentioned before, I had multiple sports issues, and he was able to treat those through physical therapy modalities and other training and exercise programs, including one exercise he developed for me 4 years ago, which I still use every day, which is really cool, and it's really kept me quite healthy. Now, I recently, about 4.5 months ago, I had both hips replaced. So I went through conventional physical therapy, and I called Ben and I said, when I'm done with them, I'm going to come in and see you. So now we're getting sort of the advanced approach to not just the hips, but really the whole thing again. The situation 4 years ago with the broken foot, the fact that after about 6 months we resolved those incomplete issues was really important to me. And I continued to play soccer. I'm in my 60s, and I continued to play soccer and tennis after that. But I developed arthritis in my right hip. It actually is a lingering thing, which he had also noticed when I first came in. But the only solution for that is a hip replacement. And I put that off until the pain got to be too bad last summer, and I finally went to see an orthopedic surgeon. And so a few months ago I actually decided to do both hips at the same time. And right now what we're doing is sort of this advanced approach to, sort of beyond physical therapy. But I'm back to playing tennis 4 days a week. I may have mentioned before, I played yesterday and I played Saturday. I did a 17-mile bike ride. I'm really about 100% in my tennis game after 4.5 months of having both hips replaced. And the exercises we're doing here are really finding things that weren't handled by physical therapy. So we're really getting me to an advanced level. Well, again, it's that holistic approach. We have done a lot of different types of therapies. I don't want to say what they are because I'll probably get them wrong exactly, but it's really a way to isolate a particular muscle in a very precise way, and work it through a number of different approaches. And that's often difficult to get. If you go just to a guy who's just a chiropractor and he's adjusting your spine, he's not touching those muscles. And if you go to an acupuncturist, and I say my daughter is an acupuncturist, she does great with that, but she doesn't do the manipulation of the muscles. And if you go to a physical therapist, they get a prescription for one body part, and that's the only body part that they work. There's no holistic approach there. And as I mentioned, I'm an athlete. And as an athlete, I can't just have 2 good hips and then have other body parts not functioning. It's a prescription for further injuries. So the holistic approach here is really extraordinary. Well, I would tell them to call their health insurance company and see if it'll get paid for by their health insurance. Because a lot of times people are concerned about the cost. And if they're covered under, whatever coding it might be, let's say physical therapy or what have you, and let's say they have a prescription for physical therapy, they should come in and have it done here, because they're going to find more solutions to more problems that weren't going to be addressed otherwise. It's really terrific, and I knew when I had my hips replaced I'd be back here at some point, and I'm glad I'm here. So thank you. Thank you.